Okay, what's up guys? Sorry I did not upload this video earlier. Well, actually I tried, but the uploads wouldn't work for some reason. So today we are going to be talking about false rape accusations, feminism, catcalling, street harassment, the Kavanagh situation, the Kavanagh protests and all that sort of things. When I did try to upload this video, I did try to upload it in the heat of the moment of the Kavanagh protest, but there was something wrong with the uploader, something wrong with the processor. It just wouldn't upload, so sorry if this is a late one. And I do know the situation with Brett Kavanaugh and all that's all over now, so and you may be saying, oh, but you live in Scotland, why do you care about a situation happening over in US Congress or the US Senate? Well, unfortunately, the US is a country that is constantly flashing amber lights in every political scenario possible, and when it sticks its foot in almost every country in the world, I have no option to take an interest in what's going on there, because what happens over there affects me over here in Scotland too. And not only is false rape accusations a problem in the US, it's a problem in the entire Western world. Okay, so this is going to be a long video. Sorry if it gets split into two. So these feminists, I made plenty of videos on feminism. Just click on my channel, scroll down, you'll see a lot of videos, my take on feminism. If you're a new viewer, that is. Okay, so we're going to get into the murky waters of what counts as rape and what is not rape, because these feminists have come up with all of these weird terms of what is rape and what is not rape. Okay, and basically the universal definition of rape is an individual sexually forcibly putting themselves on another individual through a penetrative manner or an oral one. So to break it down, basically somebody, forcibly sticking their genitalia in somebody else's genitalia. And men can get raped too. In fact, statistics show you as a man are more likely to get raped than a woman, but somehow rape is a female issue, which makes absolutely no sense, because there is higher rape in the prison population as a whole than the total population, and the higher incarceration rates of prisons are usually men. So as a man, you are more likely to be raped than a woman, and if you do get raped, you're laughed at, or it's not taken seriously. Or it's homo, haha, you got dick up his ass, he's gay, he's got the plague now, don't touch him now, he might turn into a homo. And a lot of people say, oh well, and when it comes to female to male rape, if a woman rapes a man, a lot of people say, oh, that doesn't count because he must have liked it because his dick got hard or something, and even though that is rape too. So, and I noticed a lot of cases, when it comes to, like, a male teacher sleeping with an underage student, he gets, like, the maximum prison sentence. And while if a female teacher does it to a male student, everyone's patting the male student on the back, it's like, oh, it's lucky, he's lucky, oh man, he got it, man, high five, man. And even though it's still paedophilia, but it's female paedophilia, the woman doesn't get no jail time at all. So I see it as a huge contradiction. And everyone goes on about rape culture this, rape culture that. you do know in prison, since I mentioned prison, even the prisoners beat up the rapists and the paedophiles and the people being caught watching child porn. So even the lowest dregs of society even hate rapists and beat up rapists and target rapists in prison. So, because they fear it may happen to them, because you're more likely to get raped in a male prison than you are as a female walking in a dark alleyway in the street, and that's why they do it. So, yeah. So, anyways, I went on a bit of a tangent there. And another thing about rape is, okay, well, let's talk about alcohol, situation of alcohol. It's a bit ironic if two individuals are drunk, a man and a woman, both drunk, and they both have sex, and the woman regrets it, and the man gets done for rape or consensual drunken sex under the influence of alcohol when he was also under the influence. So I think that is also a bit of a contradiction. So okay, I'll make an exception. If the female is drunk or she's intoxicated or somebody's put a rupee in her drink, roofie, date rape pill, or somebody's drugged her or something, and the man rapes her sober while she's intoxicated, okay, that's rape, because she's incapable of knowing what she's doing. And it was clearly done with the intent. So try to sort of wine and dine a girl up to get her drunk and then get her to sleep with you while you're sober, okay, fair enough, that's rape. But if they're both drunk, and they're both together in a date, and they're both drinking, and they both have sex afterwards, why is it, if she regrets afterwards, the man gets put in prison, where he will get raped? Let's talk about underage sex, okay? Let's say two 16-year-olds, in fact the girl could be 17 and the guy could be 14, can have teenage sex, but because it's underage, it's considered paedophilia, and it's the boy who gets put in prison, or it's a boy who gets put in a child detention centre, or it's the boy who gets dubbed as a pedo even though they're both the same age, but because they both had underage sex, he's considered a paedophile and she is not, even if she may be the same age but a few months older. So it's also a huge contradiction. Let me get back to the topics of alcohol again. Okay, people say, oh, okay, blame it on the liquor, she was impaired, she didn't know what she was doing, alcohol impairs your judgment when it comes to sex. However, if that same woman drinks alcohol, gets in a car, and then mows down a child because she was drunk driving, we punish her with the full extent of the law. And when she does try to blame the liquor, and say, oh, I was intoxicated, I didn't know what I was doing, bad judgment, we still put her in jail for drunk driving and killing somebody. So it's the same concept of getting drunk and doing something reckless, yet the results are totally different. So why is that? And another thing is, they say sexual harassment is rape. Let me just check what time. Okay. They say sexual harassment is rape. Like if a girl's walking down, you know, the whole typical, she's walking down looking pretty in a dress, high heels, and then some guy whistles at her or something. I don't consider that rape. I consider that sexual harassment. So sexual harassment is not rape by my definition. And by sexual harassment, and catcalling, what are you on about? Are you on about some guy walking past a girl and saying, "Oh, hi, beautiful," or "smile"? That's complimentary. That's something nice. However, I do understand that if a girl is walking around in that same scenario, and then some guy just goes up to her and goes, "Hey, what's up, sugar tits?" I should have laughed at that. Or he just walks past and says something derogatory or quite degenerate, like, "Hey, nice ass, bitch." Or he's like, he's in the car and he's like honking his like horn, and then he says something and then he just speeds off. I can understand why that would be annoying and why that would be frustrating and why that would be intimidating. For example, if you are a girl and you're walking in the street and then you see like a group of chavs or something and they look at you and you know they're just gonna say something, and they do, and it's embarrassing, and it shouldn't happen. Unfortunately, it does. I sympathise. But these punks, these bastards, these assholes, they don't just do it to hot women, they do it to everyone. These punks are just looking for trouble, okay? They're degenerates, they're asbos, they're chavs, they're thugs, they're gangsters, okay? You can be a straight white Christian male, just walking past from the same group of Neds or the pack of hyenas, and they'll still say something to them like, "Hey, what you staring at?" Or they'll say something sarcastic and they'll start laughing, So, and unfortunately, you can't put people in prison over that, over hurt feelings, over emotions. I sympathise with you. I wish that you did have the right to punch those assholes. However, I don't consider it rape. However, it's sexual harassment. However, it's not really a big enough deal that you can really make a lawsuit out of it, because then how do you really put somebody in jail that you don't even know who said something, who said an insult in the street? Like, how are the police gonna track that or deal with that? And that's why I fully support the Second Amendment, because I believe an armed society is a more polite society, and if there is consequences for the actions of what people say, then people are a lot more careful of what they say. And yeah, so that's why the only way to deal with street harassment and these type of thugs and assholes, it's the Second Amendment here in the UK too. Okay, so you may ask, what's my definition of rape? Just to close this video off, because I'm running out of time and I haven't even mentioned the Kavanagh thing yet. So, my definition of rape is, I've explained all the other definitions and why I think they are or are not rape. But my definitions are, the very stereotype, some girls going out at night time, she's just going out at night time, walking her dog through some park, just minding her business, average citizen, doing her daily duty, walking her dog or something, at dark time, it's night time, and then some guy with a mask and a knife jumps out the bushes and then overpowers her, and then pins her down, and then forcibly fucks her, and then just either leaves or he kills her or something, or he then ties her up and then puts her in a van and then like locks her in some dungeon and then repeatedly rapes her and keeps her as a sex slave or something. That's what I consider like rape, that's when somebody says rape, that's like what I picture, So, and obviously things like manspreading, sort of rape, that's just a feminist rumour. Sexual harassment in the workplace, fair enough, you have some creepy boss. and obviously you can't do nothing because of the fear of getting fired, and yeah, but bosses are assholes to anyone and everyone, and they're just power hungry, mad individuals, and you could always find a new job. It shouldn't happen, but you can't make the world what you want it to be, unfortunately. So that's just my whole take on rape. We'll talk about Kavanaugh. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.